All right.
Wait for it.
Let me go over here.
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
How the
everyone.
hell are you?
Hi, everybody.
How's everybody doing?
Just trundling along.
Trundling? You don't hear that word very
Friendly.
often.
I like
How's
that.
the day
I like that
going?
word.
I like to give
It's
you guys
Wednesday.
words you don't hear very often.
I like random
I'm not holding my
words.
hand like that.
Is in fact Wednesday again. I know. I checked because I was
It
in
is.
disbelief.
It is.
There was a lot of uncertainty about abounding about that earlier.
I was like, my God, it is in fact Wednesday, and I have to be on YouTube in a few hours, not looking like a feral cat.
It's all good.
I didn't do anything
everybody.
today. Nothing.
I still feel like a feral cat, but you know, maybe I reined it in.
Hello. Yep, here we are. Here's the hags. Hags on deck.
Hags
Hags are here.
Hags.
Hags on hags on hags.
It's fine.
Our badge of
So
honor.
funny.
Not like we're
I
advertising
know.
like a warehouse sale for hags.
I know.
Yeah,
We would be found in a warehouse.
that would be, yeah. Yep.
Closeout special. Everything
Yep.
you can fit in a bag for 99 cents.
Every hag must go.
Please, somebody take the hag. Somebody, please.
2 for 1. 2 for 1 because they're like Pringles. Once you have one hag, you can't stop.
They,
By the way, we are not sponsored
they
by
need a
Pringles.
friend.
This is not sponsored.
You have to get them
Anywho.
in pairs.
Careful.
You have to get them in pairs.
Yeah, no one with actual money or power or a brand would trust us.
I'd be curious to see what kind of brand would take their risks with us.
I mean, it depends on how far back they look through our extensive
Well, no,
media
can
presence.
I
You
tell
said
them
the
about the
word-
one brand that did approach us early on?
Yes, because do I know?
Yeah, you do.
Not
It came to the
remember
email.
this story.
One day I just logged into the project email and we had a thing from like Cheech and Chong's gummies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, yes!
Oh.
And they were like, "Do you want to work with this?" And I was like, "Sure,
Damn it.
surely we can do."
Christina got us kicked off of TikTok Live because they thought she was.
Man, that's hilarious.
I was like, I think this is gonna have to be a no, dog.
I
What is it?
forgot
CBD?
about that.
Yeah, it was CBD gummies.
Ah.
I mean, I feel like we
Dang.
could probably. You know,
I mean, that would have been an auspicious start to our brand deal.
It really would have.
You know.
It really would have.
Well,
Which, but as far as I know, are legal. But
I mean, yeah, they'd have to be.
hey, Sarah, Sarah.
I don't know
And
why
we
we
missed
didn't,
our shot.
I don't know why we didn't look into that. I mean,
I need help
Probably
clicking, and
forgot.
that probably would have helped.
We probably forgot. That's one of the bad things about sponsoring a bunch of hags with bad memories.
but I did enjoy that it was
we
Cheech and
forgot.
Chong brand though. I did enjoy that.
Yes.
the Cheech
You
and
know,
Chong, yeah.
I remember the old record player in my parents' living room, and they had the Cheech and Chong albums, the vinyls.
Up in
And I would
smoke.
put those on. Yeah, I would
Up
put
in
those
smoke.
on, and I would laugh, but I wasn't really quite sure why I was laughing, but I knew it was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to watch the Up in Smoke movie when I was a kid all the time because my mom had it. And again, also I would laugh and I wasn't exactly sure why I was laughing. I was like, boy, these guys like salads a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And like I was like, I don't know what.
9. I was like 8,
Yeah.
9.
And I was like, I don't know what Acapulco Gold is, but it's funny.
You're like, I need some of that.
And then just a few years later, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. You know what? I felt that, but as a kid, I also watched a lot of Monty Python. Now that
Same.
I got as a
Same.
kid because that's
Hold
a lot
on.
of
Raise your
physical
hand
humor.
if you watch Monty Python. Does this explain a lot about us? Okay.
Yeah,
Surprised.
not surprised. You know what?
Okay, but in my defense,
It's fine, guys. We're fine.
I did watch.
Right.
Okay, I did have a wild streak, and it involved watching a ton of Andrew Dice Clay, which I would totally get canceled for today.
Oh,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
My
And
mother-
I loved, I mean, Hickory Dickory Dock. I won't say.
Yeah.
Okay, and
No,
then
I remember that.
I
Yes.
love Eddie
That one
Murphy
too.
too. So
I watched some Murphy stand-ups religiously.
Yes.
I could probably still to this day quote most of Delirious.
Yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, yes. Eddie
Not
Murphy.
here. Not here.
Richard Pryor, you're right. Sam Kinison,
Yes.
big
Pryor,
thing, and
The
George
screaming.
Carlin, of course.
Yep.
George
Of
Carlin.
course, George Carlin.
So
Yeah.
it's really interesting.
We're gonna
But
have
yes,
to
I've
watch
never
it.
seen Monty Python. I've heard about it, and I'm like, I don't think I'll get it, so I'll just pass.
We're gonna. I mean, you get it. I just don't know if you would, if it's
Enjoy it.
your sense. Yeah, if it's your sense. I think some of it would probably make you laugh for sure.
Yes. My husband's not that into it. It's one of many things he's wrong about, but you know.
It's fine. You're allowed to be wrong.
And
If I
what's
like
good?
Napoleon Dynamite, would I like that? Because I love Napoleon Dynamite.
Probably,
Yeah.
I think you would
Yeah.
probably having grown up in the 80s, I think you would definitely find a lot of it very funny.
Yes.
Okay, then I'll
yes.
give it a
And
shot
then,
one day.
And then you'll get why when sometimes with Patricia we tease her that no one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Yes,
She's
if you watch
Spanish.
Money
Okay.
Heist,
She's
you watch
Spanish.
it, fun, yeah.
Anyways, this live is about BTS. Everybody,
Yeah.
Hey,
stick around.
Do we ever talk about BTS?
Do you know
Stick
BTS?
around.
I
Do
don't
you
know.
know BTS?
sometimes we talk about BTS.
I mean,
Occasionally.
we say we do, but they sure do love to surprise us with things.
yeah,
And we make clowns when we predict what something's going to be about. We make clowns out of ourselves
true.
all the time.
Sometimes.
So
It's true.
Sometimes we're right.
Yeah.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I eating
Mostly-
these? Who is BTS?
Yeah,
Please note that came from one of our mods.
That's an
Yes.
excellent question.
it is an excellent question.
I've never noticed that
long do
little
you have? How
Yoongi
long do
peeking
you
from your short wall stuff.
Do what?
Oh yeah, look, it looks like Yoongi's like right there.
Yeah, I've never noticed that before. You must
Oh, right
usually
here,
be at a
looking over
slightly
my
different
shoulder?
angle.
Yeah, he's just like
That's my basketball one that I still want to take to a basketball game since he's our NBA ambassador.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the picket that came too late last
The
year.
one that came too late after we got blew out of
We
the
got a
tournament.
whole
Yeah.
season coming up, my friend.
Look at him over my shoulder. We should all live with a little Yungles on our shoulder.
Oh,
We really should.
That sounds like a glorious.
I know I do.
He can be my little Jiminy Cricket.
Metaphorically, I do anyway. You know, it's
We
a
got
lot
our
of
angel
what would
sugar
Yoongi do?
and our devil sugar.
What
Or
would
should we
Yoongi
say
do?
our Min Yoongi and our August D?
Mm,
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Usually, I'm like, what would Yoongi do? And the answer is take a nap.
Yep. Sleep through it.
I
That's
mean-
what he would do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of things. If you
Yeah.
just hydrate and then take a nap and see how you feel after that,
True.
it's probably a lot. Probably a lot of the problem.
I got
Yeah.
a snow day today,
Snack,
and that's what
maybe
I did. I
snack,
slept the whole
hydrate,
time.
take a nap.
Oh, nice.
We got snow too. We got
Yep.
snow also.
So
Not
did
that
we.
much.
Huh.
Definitely
Nothing.
enough to bring my migraine back. That was fun.
Oh,
We got
That's
just enough
terrible.
snow to make me sleep at work 2 days in a row.
Ooh. Oh
Right.
my God. You still haven't been able to go home?
No, because okay, so the roads cleared up decently today, but then it snow. It's like sleeted all day, and it's below freezing now, so it's not safe. Like the roads near work aren't terrible, but the ones by home, I won't get into my house.
Oh no.
yeah, that's not worth it.
Not worth it at all.
No. There's like a guest quarters here that I can stay at. That's actually pretty nice. So
That's good.
that part's nice.
I mean, at least you have a job that's comfortable to stay at.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole like
Situation.
it's a whole like loft. There's a whole fucking
Ooh.
bed. There's a
Oh,
bedroom.
wow.
All right, I'm gonna keep.
These things were cool. It was fine.
Dang.
I'm gonna come stay at your
I was honestly worried I was gonna get trapped here, so I did pack an overnight bag on Tuesday. I don't fucking know what day it is anymore. Monday. I packed.
Remember, it's Wednesday.
I slept in the loft yesterday, and I'll sleep there again tonight. So there you go. Monday is when I packed that bag.
Yeah. We had a whole conversation about it being Wednesday, remember?
We
Yep.
did.
I'm not on my game because there is no espresso machine here. So
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, that
Doc
makes
has been
sense.
denied her bougie coffee.
I have been in
I
a
know.
struggle of
She's like, I'm drinking sludge.
I'm drinking
Oh.
peasant brown water.
Listen, I have been stuck with the peasant water all day long.
Stuck with the pheasant water.
This
What
is a
is
woman
this
who
swill?
literally took her coffee fancy schmancy thing all the way to Kansas City because she couldn't live without it. So
I'm
did, and she
still
was
in
making people
debate
espressos.
on whether I'm going to bring it up to Chicago for 2 days.
No, in Chicago you can buy real coffee like anywhere.
Yeah, Doc, don't do that.
are you my roommate?
Right now, I'm going with no because it's only a day and a half,
Yes.
so I can survive on, charge it down the road or something. I
No,
don't
you
know.
can
I'll
get.
find something.
I'm sure you
I'll
can
report
find.
back, but that's like rooming with Doc when she hasn't had real coffee.
Yeah. Speaking of weather in Chicago, people are starting to talk about how they're making travel plans to drive to all these cities. So everybody be safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be safe.
For sure.
But give yourself extra time so you're not rushing,
Yeah.
because
So,
hopefully the roads will be good here in another, what do we got? His first
About a month.
concert.
about a month.
Yeah, about a month.
32 days, I
So,
think.
Yeah.
cool.
13th.
Oh, we actually got.
The 13th is the first date, isn't it?
Look,
Yeah.
guys, we got a donation. Is that?
Thank
hi,
you.
thank you.
Is it a little bird with
Inga.
a coffee? That's
We're
for
gonna have-
Doc. That's for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
That's
Quickly,
adorable.
somebody do a conversion.
Yeah, is that Korean? Juan?
No.
It's
What
kroner.
is
It's
that?
a kroner.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's kroner.
See?
Um,
Iceland, right?
Oh,
Icelandic
no,
kroner.
it's-
Yeah, that
we're
makes
learning.
sense.
No, it's,
on,
it's
Google.
something European.
Krona.
Something
Sorry, krona. I think it's Swedish kroner, Icelandic
Swedish-
krona.
Swedish krona. Thank you. Okay. See,
So
I
they
knew
asked
the
the question,
was in there somewhere. We
It's
were
like
just not
$4.
moving straight one.
It's like $4.
that is so
Thank
cool.
you.
Iceland. That is so cool. Thank you.
Iceland.
Iceland's on my bucket list.
I watched.
Yeah.
There was some genius guy who tried to learn Icelandic in like a week, and that's the number one thing I remembered. Is they were like, we picked the hardest language in the world for someone to learn, and he learned it in a week.
I pulled that right out of my ass.
Okay. As someone with a geology degree, Iceland is
Oh,
fascinating.
there we go.
I just wanted to
Yes.
say that.
I just learned this about Christina
They
last
have
week.
they have restaurants where you can cook entirely from steam, from thermal steam from the land itself.
Just one
The
big
steam
like
is so
volcano.
hot that you can cook with it. Yeah. That is cool.
That's just
There's some
badass.
cool geologic stuff in there.
The
Do
name
you
Anyways,
have anything
the
you would
name
like to
isn't
ask
fact.
us since you made a donation? We said we would
That-
ask if anybody
yes.
has questions. If they
and
could.
yes, my bias is Jungi. That was one of the more Jungi things I've said.
Yeah, Inga, if you have anything that you want us to talk about, fine, let us know. Otherwise, we'll
Let
just
us
keep
know.
talking about Iceland for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The name is in fact very misleading. Very little ice.
I know Iceland and Greenland got named backwards from each
I was
other.
going to say, right? They're backwards.
Anybody else remember that fun fact from the Mighty Ducks 2? Anyone?
Wait, which
Yeah.
one? Because I've seen that, but I missed it.
The whole Iceland and Greenland having
Oh.
the wrong names.
Oh.
Greenland actually
No.
has way more ice than Iceland.
I do remember
Mighty
that.
fun facts for Mighty Ducks 2.
Quack.
I believe
Interesting.
said by like an intimidating German or something.
That's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Indeed.
Anyways,
Anyways.
Anywho.
here we
Yeah,
go.
a few people in the
Should we-
comments
should we
talking
start
about
live?
LA, which
Yeah,
I
we
think
should.
In theory, maybe might be a good.
We
idea.
should. We're 15 minutes in.
Stephanie, did you want to welcome everyone to the live?
We're fine.
Hi, welcome. We're idiots.
Everybody, welcome to the Army Project 529 live on Wednesday night, the week T. We are here to help you get through your shitty week. That's why
Yeah,
we're
we
here.
That's amazing.
Yes. So Army Pro, for those that do not know, unless there's anybody left on this planet that doesn't know what Army Project 529 is, because we're sort of a really big deal. About 12 people. So Army Project 529 is a BTS project, fan project, where we basically have taken January 1st, 2024 through Festa 2025, which is 529 days. And we are doing all things going through the discography of BTS. And at the same time, we're building a community of Army where we can all hang out together and enjoy stuff together and have watch parties together and go to concerts together and do meetups in Kansas City together and more stuff than you can shake a stick at. And so I don't know what order we are on. Let me look on YouTube. Okay, hold on. So Top left is Doc. Doc does all of our research, and she gets she's just like a wealth of information, both BTS wise and otherwise. And then we have myself in the middle. I'm Stephanie Miller, and I just do stuff. And then we have Christina, and Christina does the graphics and website stuff. And she and Katie make all of our merch. And then down below her, we have Katie and merch and website and spreadsheet guru and
all the other things
babysitter. And then we have Quince, who writes the blog and writes all kinds of stuff. And she does our weekly watch party that goes over the content that she writes. And then we are missing our 6th member, who is Patricia. And she also does spreadsheets, and she guest writes blogs sometimes, and she did our map. And so we just have a whole team here of just people who come up with an idea, and then we figure out how to do it, and we get it done. So
Patricia no está aquí ahora porque está en España.
Arlene has made a donation. Arlene, if you have a question for us, we'd be happy to try to answer.
Oh, thanks, Arlene.
Thank you very much.
Very, very kind of you. Yes, please ask us a question if you have something.
No pressure. We can keep
maybe
talking.
do 5 minutes because we have a shorter live today, but we can do like a minute or two if you have.
Oh man, yeah. Patricia's probably not watching because it is currently 3:18 a.m. in Barcelona.
Yes, she
Yes.
is.
well,
She's
we watch
visiting
the
her
boys
family.
when they're live at 3:18, so they should still be watching us.
She's been sending us pictures that haven't been making us jealous at all.
It looks awful.
No, not even a little bit.
Looks like she's having a terrible time.
I'm literally iced at work, sleeping in the loft, and she's out here on basically the seaside, freaking working on the beach. I'm so jealous.
Fine.
I'm so jealous.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
She's like, I wish you guys were here.
So do we.
So do we.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where she is in Spain. Is she which ocean she's on? But it looks very Mediterranean.
Yes,
she
it's
told us
beautiful.
where she was going.
Gorgeous.
We of course forgot because that's what we do.
We're good at
Yeah.
that. We're good at that.
Susan's here. It's Susan's birthday. Everybody say happy birthday.
Susan, happy birthday!
One of our envoys.
I don't know the rest of the words.
She's local. She's one of my local BTS project peeps.
That's awesome.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, we're not bitter about Patricia being in Spain at all. But that's okay.
I know.
Not
She's
even a
gonna-
little.
Not even a little.
All right. I'm next. All right. So, Hobi tour merch. Let's talk about merch for a second. Everybody, look at Stephanie because she is currently wearing one of our hoodies with our J-Hope tour merch design on there. Woohoo! And then Doc has the retro Hobi design. So you can see they're very similar because we like that design so much for the Hobi retro that we took it and redid it for the tour merch. And that is currently up on the website right now. And we have not only that merch, but we have a sign that is available both in a vinyl, foldable, rollable up, waterproof banner in our shop, or it's available as a free download. Is it available as a free download right now?
Yeah, it was in the newsletter. The link was in the newsletter. I have not put the link on the website yet, but it is available.
Cool. So it's just a sign that you can take. I mean, if you're going to the concert and you've got a roll sign that has Army Project 529 on it, and then it says "Love You, J-Hope" basically on there. So it's available there or as a free download because, of course, if you just want to print copies and hand them out to people in line or with your giveaways, it would be really cool to spread AP529 and J-Hope love all over the place. And if you have the merch and you want to take pictures and send us them, we love that. We love your pictures of you guys looking amazing in the merch with the merch. So
let me tell you,
send
you
us
know
some
how
pics.
BTS Army are known for like totally hyper fixating on every moment of a video. So that's what I'm going to do.
No, not at all.
So like when the BTS bombs come out after this, I'm going to be going like straining to see if I can get one glimpse of one of our signs in any of the crowds.
Listen,
Listen,
that would
if
be
these
so
signs
cool.
show up, I'm gonna petition Leslie. I'm gonna need you to go through these Bangtan bombs and make us a compilation. of
Yeah,
every
that'd be
time
amazing.
AP529 shows up in the crowd.
Honestly,
That would
I'd
be
even
so
I'd
cool.
even be thrilled if anybody is in the arena and you just happen to see another one. I'd be thrilled.
Yes.
I mean, I'd be
Yeah,
extra thrilled if it
yeah.
ends up in a Bangtan bomb, but
That if you guys see
Yeah.
each other in the wild, we need you to take pictures of each other and
Yep.
take pictures together. Because like, how
I
cool!
like you got to like enhance on your phone. Be like, I see somebody across the arena.
Mhm.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It'll be the most
That is so
pixelated
cool.
thing ever.
So, yeah, but thank you for everybody who those shirts are selling, and I'm so excited to be able to see those, like I said, out in the wild. And we will all have our Hobi shirts on from 529 for the concert. So,
Yes, we will.
yes, and then so the other piece of merch that's up is the Yoongi Retro Series. He completes our retro series. It's done. And we are very, very proud of that. So if you would like to shop that, the shop is at ap529.com/shop.
And everything. Sorry. Keep going.
We, it helps us keep the lights on for everything in the project, for taking care, keeping the website up, the blog, and all the other things that we do.
The newsletter, housing. I never knew housing emails could cost that much.
Yeah,
It's a
I know.
virtual thing. They charge an arm and a leg to have newsletters.
They
And
really
they
do. And you get really excited because you get how many thousands of people that you're sending the newsletter to. You're like, yes. And then they go, yeah, but that's going to cost you all this money. And we're like, oh, but
that's-
still worth it. Still worth it. And
still
so
worth
the goal is that we give you some cool original design merch that you can feel awesome wearing. And then it helps us keep the lights on for the project. So we love you. Love you. And please, yes, send pictures of you in the merch. So.
Yes, actually, even better, if you could, we would love to see you guys in our merch on social media. We were just talking about this and how like people post in our Discord all the time, which is amazing. We love that. We love seeing it in our Discord, but we would love to see you guys out in the wild on social media. So if you could tag us on your social media wearing our merch, and then that way it can spread the word to other people and they can also have a chance to get our awesome merch, and maybe even come and discover the project through the merch. Because, you know, we don't really care how people find us. Once they find us, we can direct them to all the stuff. But like, you know, getting people in the door is the way to go. Also, I wanted to mention this because we did also notice, like, if you are unsure, make sure that if you are shopping for your Hobi tour merch, that you are actually on the Hobi tour merch, because as Christina said, we based it off of our J-Hope retro design. And if you have your heart set on that tour shirt that has Stephanie, yours has the cities on
Mine's
the
the
back.
old one though. Mine's the
Hers is the old one. Here, let me share my screen and I'll put it up for what you're talking about.
I have the limited edition because they got discontinued.
It did.
But you can still show it. You can still show it because the other one does have stuff on the back too. Now our retro J-Hope shirt doesn't have anything on the back. So if you want that one, that's cool. But if you have your heart set on the tour one, make sure you're on the right shirt before you hit that purchase button. If there's no design on the back, then you're not on the right one.
Yeah.
Thank you, Colleen. I'm glad you love it.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. So there's
Sharif, Doc hasn't read that blog aloud a day in her life. That's me.
Accused.
That's hilarious.
I mean, I know we both wear glasses, but I'm taller than her. Damn it.
By a lot, actually.
I'm quite a lot taller than her, actually.
She's a lot. She's quite a lot taller than me.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the front. That's the back. And then this is the back.
I can say with my full chest that during the streaming parties, when the blog gets read, I'm still the fuck here in this very office that I'm sitting in now, working.
Yep.
Cool.
I love the shirt. Speaking of the blog, we are in week 58, y'all. And that is week 2. I'm being chucklery here. Of February, our journey through J-Hope. And this week is called The Beat of Destiny. And it is a look at J-Hope through the Love Yourself and the Map of the Soul eras with BTS, plus the very start of Jack in the Box. So it's a lot of fun stuff. We'll have our weekly content watch party tomorrow. Yeah, we will be having fun. So come and join us for that. This is a really great week. There's a lot of great music that we went over that we had in the blog this week. And it was a lot of fun to write about. So come and check that out if you haven't already. We'll talk more about the Discord later, but we have a lot of other watch parties besides the weekly content one. But that's the one that goes over the blog with me and or Doc, depending on what your beer goggles are telling you.
Fair,
I love
fair.
your shirt. Whoever
Fair.
you want it to be when you're there and listening, you can imagine it's whoever you are, whoever you want it to be reading that blog to you. But it is actually me reading it. But if you need me to be somebody else, go ahead. You know what? Live in your Delulu. It's fine.
Can you do accents, Quince? You should read the blog in an accent.
I sure fucking can.
There you go. Pick an accent. We should make that. We should make that a Patreon level.
Lisa reading the blog in accent.
There you go.
You want
Yeah,
British?
maybe we'll workshop that.
I can do a British accent for you real well if you want one.
Ooh.
Not real well, actually.
Not real well.
Moderately well.
Can you say wallet?
I say what?
Wallet.
What the fuck? Wallet? What accent is that? Are you asking me to say wallet in?
I'm sorry,
Wallet.
It's reminding me of, in Finding Nemo when he's trying to speak whale.
Yes.
Oh, well. You just made me think of P42 Wallaby,
Yeah.
P Sherman 42
P. Sherman,
Wallaby.
42 Wallaby. We watched Finding Nemo recently.
It's fine. Don't worry about us, guys.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
I haven't had enough coffee. All
Oh,
right.
good.
Tonight
Anywho.
is Wednesday, guys. This is our midweek tea. For those of you who don't know, this is when we talk about all of the member news, so things that happened with the members this week. We also talk about shenanigans that happen on Kim Namjoon's internet machine throughout the week. And so we're going to go through the member news, and then we're going to talk about the midweek tea, which may include some fan wars and what it looks like when you fuck around and hit your find out era. So stick around after the news for our midweek tea. It's going to be fun.
Yep. It's always nice when somebody else is getting their fuck around and find out moment and it's not us.
Correct.
Well, we try very hard not to fuck around.
If they deserve it.
Yeah, if it's a deserved
Yeah,
find
you know
out.
what? I was gonna say, like, anything that we've ever had where we found out has been from us stumbling and falling into a situation that we had no idea about. It's never been malicious.
No.
Trust me.
Yeah.
We're just naive idiots. We're just like, we just thought everybody would love each other. That's how we
We
thought.
didn't even know we were fucking around.
Yeah, we just blundered into the room and went, "Hey, where's the party, everybody?"
Yeah.
You're just wild and crazy, too wild and crazy guys.
Finger
Anyway,
pistolas for everyone.
Power through this.
Let's party.
Stephanie, you're up.
Okay, here we go. Mr. President, Mr. Kim Namjoon. Okay, sorry, we first announcement literally just came through. It's nothing. Nobody freak out.
Lord.
It's an ad announcement. It's just an ad. Okay.
Nothing.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest.
Something about membership. Oh, is it about the new membership? Maybe?
It's about
I
the
don't know.
special digital membership and the ability to change the app icon. That's your new benefit.
Oh, wow.
my
That's
gosh.
so not exciting.
Yeah,
at
because
all.
that's
Okay.
what they every month for.
That's exciting.
Okay. Anywho, they got okay. RPWP continues to rule the world. Just continues to get it done. Lost and Never Play are both nominated in the category of Best Music Video at the 2025 South by Southwest American Film Festival. So I have to ask Doc, are you impressed that I knew what the SXSW meant? Okay, thank you.
I was wondering, I was like, did she just know that?
I did. I have moments of coolness. They
I'm
don't
so
come
fucking
often,
impressed.
but I do get them every
You've
once in a
never
while.
looked so hot, Stephanie.
Thank
I
you.
know.
Thank you. I didn't even have to Google it first. Okay. Next, the British Arrows Awards has nominated Lost, directed by, this I may not be, Abe Pierre? I don't know. For Best Music Video. The winners will be selected by a renowned jury. It will be announced at the ceremony on March 27th. And then I am supposed to mention this because per doc, this song that I'm about to mention is RM's the sluttiest song he has ever sung, apparently. Okay?
It is.
Okay, so this, I guess, apparently in 2013, RM gave Army a Valentine's Day gift in the form of a song called Expensive Girl. Okay? And left it there. Just dropped it and mic dropped and walked away.
Put that out there on the official member Twitter.
If you know, you know.
We feel that he may have had regrets about this.
Listen to it and then you'll know.
Yeah.
There are many memes about this.
It's a cover of Pharrell's Take It Off.
Yes.
And that's
Very
much.
He doesn't talk about it ever.
No.
He really doesn't.
No, he was just like, some of you ain't getting chocolates for Valentine's Day, so I got you a gift. Go check it out.
Oh.
You know what's the most interesting about that I find is that people will play clips of that and Baby Army will go, wow, that's such good AI. And it's like, no, that's
that one's actually real.
That was real. That one was real.
It's that circa Valentine's Day of 2013.
Keep in mind,
That
this
was
was in
real.
an era where showing forehead was a big deal.
Yeah. So
Well,
those words
They
came
still
out
had
his
the
mouth.
BT21 stickers.
Stephanie's gonna go listen to it and be like,
Yep.
On
Yeah.
repeat. Because I thought it was AI this whole time.
no,
God, he fucking
no,
did that.
no, that's real.
No. And, like anything, though, there have been, we could talk about it. There were controversies after that. And
But it was a
Stuff,
long time ago. It was
a long time ago. And it was a cover. And so he, we'll talk about more of this because part of our midweek tea that we have to discuss today is about when you put things out on the internet and you get a response back that you were not expecting.
Yeah.
So it actually is quite pertinent to what we're discussing tonight.
I'm very
So.
shooketh right now. I'm
Well,
verklempt.
try to put your big girl panties back on and talk about Jin.
Okay, well, I will go. I will
Or
go
take
from
them
that
off.
to Mr. Conservative. Mr. I don't want to show anything. Okay. Close to You reached #1 on the World Digital Song Sales Chart, and it makes Jin's number 7, lucky number 7, #1. Well done,
Way to
Jin.
go.
Making
That
us
song's
proud.
so effing
It's
beautiful.
so
That is
good.
just glorious. That is
It's
glorious.
really, really good. It really is good. Jin came home with both Weavers and Insta photos last week. And his little message said, "You're doing well, everyone." Try Jin.
And it was just a nice little pick me up. It was like, thank you, Jin. You knew I needed to hear it.
I know. I read that thing like upon waking, and actually, I don't even know. I think I was in the middle of falling asleep, and the Weavers thing hit, and it woke me up, and I went and read it, and all I could think in my head was I could hear M going, "You're doing great, sweetie."
Great, sweetie. It was
And I was like,
Jin's.
"Oh my God, Jen told us we're doing great, sweetie."
It was Jin's. You're doing great, sweetie. You're
I
doing
told
great.
him I
sweetie.
need that I need her doing that for a ringtone.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Jin is set to star in a new Netflix series titled, is it Kian? Kian?
Kian, I'm not sure yet.
One of them.
Kian's, I'm going to say Kian's Bizarre B&B. And it will release in April. And they're basically going to be navigating challenges on a remote island somewhere.
I cannot leave. Yes. I'm so excited.
Is going to be fantastic because you know how Jen feels about bugs.
It's going to be
and
so,
other
it's
such
going to be
things,
glorious.
So it's going to be great.
It's gonna be glorious.
He's going to be trying to get in the water and fish all the time. We know. We can see it. We can see it coming.
If there's any competitions involved in the show, he's going to be cheating. It's going to be
Totally.
It's going to be so.
Totally.
Fantastic.
I love it. And then Weavers released an article on the 10th interviewing the staff behind Run Jin, and it was adorable. They talked about from hiking and to J-Hope's prank and all of the things, which I need to watch that J-Hope one or the two of them again. I need to watch that again. And then yesterday, I keep forgetting what day we're on. Yesterday, part 2 of Jin playing the games came out, and I run Jin, and he's wearing little muffs and little bunny ears. He's adorable, and
Princess.
made my heart happy.
It was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's still keeping us entertained. Boy, he is doing his part. He's like, boys, hurry up and get freaking home. I'm tired.
Yeah. Yeah. He really has done so much.
Yes.
Really nice.
And really stuff that but stuff that plays to his strengths too. Like there's
true.
nothing I like more than Jin just getting annoyed and like getting faux mad and just like raging. Like I love it. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Suga. August D, otherwise known as Suga, for his professional things that he does, has surpassed 4.1 billion with a B streams on Spotify across all of his credits. 4.1 billion streams.
Look at him go.
For August D and Suga. Yes. And then this past Sunday, if you happen to miss it, it will be hopefully up. The replay will be up on our YouTube channel. But we did our deep dive into Yoongi's music and how it relates to self-care and overcoming obstacles. And we based it on, because Quince is writing the blog each month for a specific member. And so Yoongiuary was done, and we decided to try to like talk about all things Min Yoongi. And we just kept talking and talking and talking. It was almost 2 hours, like maybe over 2 hours of us just really deep diving into his music and what it means to us, and still just scratching the surface on what obviously his music means to all of us. But when the replay's up, I would definitely check that out just for a good old conversation about what his music means. And how many barriers he broke and the things that he had to overcome. And he has a magnificent story so far, because as we know, it's not over yet. Yeah. But just to kind of take you through his debut up until he went into the military. So yeah, I would recommend that. Check it out. And then of course the blog is still up for Yoongiuary, and so you can start the first week of January and go through the 4 weeks of the blog. And there's video links and well-researched things and cute pictures and pictures that are not so cute that we all were like, oh. Anyway. Yeah. So there you go. We miss Yoongi. Always, all the time. We miss Yoongi.
Yeah.
So.
Always missing Yoongi hour here.
We spent a good, some of us spent a good like 30 minutes earlier today discussing a particular picture that popped up in the server, and then finding out where it was from and realizing it was a photo card, and then talking about the other photo cards that were in the same series of photo cards, and then pulling out our photo card binders and looking at said photo cards and talking about which ones were our favorite.
Yeah.
Opinion.
Exactly.
But don't forget about us, Army. Don't
I know. Don't forget about us. Speaking of what we won't forget too, I saw somebody commenting that they're already going birthday posters up, because we have J-Hope's birthday coming up and we have Yoongi's birthday coming up. So yes, we usually do things for those. And in our YouTube channel as well, we have birthday compilations up for all 7 of the members. And so
we're not doing them again.
We are not doing
we're not doing them again, because also we did everything that we had access to.
Yes.
They're going to get a hearty happy birthday from us this year, as well as we'll probably talk about them on our lives.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, if you're wanting to look for some birthday compilations for them, those are great videos. And Leslie worked very hard on putting those clips together. So we appreciate you, Leslie.
You did some of them too.
I did some of them too. Yep. So, all right, cool. It's time for J-Hope.
We gotta power through.
All right, for those of you who don't know, Jung Hoseok has a TikTok account. It's called I Am Your Hope. His handle is Hobi Power. He's up to 8.6 million followers now. And this week, as part of his continued chaos and fuckery over there, he dropped 3 dance challenges on us. First of all, he gave us one that he called wall, dirt, Laughy face D-22, and this bitch did the wall challenge. Yes, that one. The one you're thinking about, that's the one he did. It was dangerous. That's all I'm going to say about that. Then we got 2 items on D-20. The first one was a video called Shy Hope, in which he was anything but the fuck shy. This bitch went out here and did the rock steady challenge in pajama pants and no feet for free.
Yeah.
Bare feet doing the rock steady
free.
challenge. A perfect caption to be fucking lies, because he was not shy at all in that video. And then he simultaneously posted to his stories that day a shirtless video with a Mario filter that had facial piercings and an audio with all the audacity.
From the collarbones up, but we know.
We know.
It was real rude.
There was no.
He knows what he's doing.
From here up.
He knows.
All the collarbones were out.
He's lost his mind. He's lost his mind.
He was out of fucking control, is what was happening.
Mitch's about to go on tour, and he has no fucks left to give.
Yeah, because that video, that little nonsense with the collarbones and the piercing filter and the bullshit audio was at the same time that he dropped the video that said, "Shy Hope, you fucking liar."
Liar.
What you are. Lies.
That man came back from military with a new confidence. Let me tell you right now.
I love it.
We're in danger. Okay, and then yesterday we got our asses the peekaboo challenge, titled nothing but D-17, and this was him flaunting to us some pretty insane dance moves, including the macaco flip, like what he did in Boy Meets Evil, which led a lot of us to start speculating, since this man's been practicing the macaco flip, does this mean, are we getting Boy Meets Evil or a portion of it in concert?
What did I say weeks ago? I said, what if he does Boy Meets Evil? I spoke it. I spoke it into existence.
Because he did the macaco flip from Boy Meets Evil in that dance challenge.
If he does it, y'all can thank me. I spoke that shit into existence.
Manifested that.
Manifest.
Out here.
Manifest.
First. We need this, guys. So continue all the good thoughts.
We need this. We need this healing energy.
We do need this.
Boy Meets Evil. We need it.
We need this.
We'll still have 102 or something days. No, yeah, like how many days? Like, I don't remember. By the time he's done, to make it through, so we do need this until they get home. Yeah. We need it to last us.
Now, in cuteness land out on TikTok universe, the nephews, also known as TXT, also known as Tomorrow by Together, posted a TikTok video captioned, "When Hobi Power breathes, we breathe," in which Hongyu and Hunin Kai did the "When I breathe, you breathe," and just challenge. It was so fucking cute. They did that challenge.
It was hilarious.
It up. It was hysterical. It was cute. And J Hobi not only shared that into his stories on TikTok, he then followed the nephew. So he's not following them on TikTok. It's super cute. The J-Hos are not okay, just so you guys know. None of us are. We're not okay. In less dangerous land, the HOTS pre-sale situation is currently happening. So LA went on sale yesterday. It was surprisingly much more calm than the rest of North America. So, people were a lot more chill with that one. They did have, so while the pre-sale was going on, day 2 was marked as sold out. Day 1 still had a few seats left. General sale went up today. There are a few seats left. So there are still availabilities in that. If you go over to Ticketmaster and check it out, you can get,
I'm gonna look.
Both days at this point in time are still available. Limited availability, but they're there. Then we also got limited view seating, went on sale for the rest of North America. There's quite a few seats for those, but those are the ones where you're kind of on the side, slightly behind the stage, so you're not going to see the whole thing, but you'll be there and can watch it. I did, out of curiosity, go check Ticketmaster. In Chicago, the limited view seatings are all being listed at about $280 plus tax. So that's your cost for those seats. Manila, Jakarta, Singapore, and Bangkok, they go on pre-sale next Wednesday, which is the day after J Hobi's birthday. So You know,
Maybe odds be ever in your
happy
favor.
birthday to him. Go buy his tickets. Details on the times and everything are in the Weverse notification. The Japan raffle sign-up period on Weverse is Friday, February 21st through Monday, February 24th. So that's all being done as a raffle thing.
Can I ask a question?
Uh-huh.
How did the LA sales go?
Wasn't
Calm.
it?
They're not sold out. They were calm.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, it seems
Yeah.
less frantic.
I think
Yeah.
people had time to calm down.
Good.
People chilled out a
Yeah.
lot. Everybody kind of calmed down a little bit. They knew that, you know, it wasn't like the end of the world. And I saw some people who were 40 and 50,000 in the queue still were able to get tickets. So
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a much bigger venue.
I would
right?
hazard a guess. It's a small stadium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
soccer.
much bigger venue than the
Yeah.
rest.
I would hazard a guess to say that a lot of the people who maybe would have gone for LA originally might have like panicked and gone for other cities because they didn't know when LA was going on sale or if it was
Right.
happening. But anyway, that's just my speculation.
Yeah,
Right.
I would agree with that.
Right.
But yeah, but like I said, the general sale that's currently open, I snuck my ass in there, and there's a reasonably high volume of seats left. I mean,
The
it's not like
prices did not
massive
seem.
volume, but everything's on platinum at this point, so maybe I'd be ever in your favor.
Yeah, the prices did not seem quite as astronomical as what we saw in some other cities.
Yeah, I mean they seem to be averaging like 300 to 900 right now. When I went into Ticketmaster earlier today on general sale, for LA. So kind of depending on where you're wanting, they're between like 280 plus fees. The LA is doing something differently though. Their prices are all in prices, so they look a little bit more inflated than if you look at other sites because they include the taxes and the fees in their price. So like,
Honestly, I feel that they should do that. I was
I
thinking
wish
that
they
the
would
other
all.
day.
Yeah, I wish they would all do that.
280 to 897 is what I was seeing when I went in there and was poking around. But there's probably a few hundred seats left. It didn't seem like a whole lot, but a decent amount. So that's one thing that I did like is they're all in pricing over there. So, and in charting news, as the final thing, More was J-Hope's most streamed song in January of 2025 with 8.6 million streams in January. So
That's not surprising considering the gala.
yeah, More is such a good song. Oh.
Jimishi!
Jimishi.
Yep. Jimin, I did search for some other news for him today that wasn't just streaming related, and I found out this isn't just him, but apparently 9 years ago today, or I forget if it was 9 or 10 years ago today, but 2015 or 2016, Jimin, JK, and who else? Anyway, 3 of them went to a water park and posted pictures on Twitter, and the Jimin and JK ones look just like Are You Sure? Like they have a bunch of underwater pictures and video clips and gifs and stuff. Just like I was like, this is so cute. So go check that out on the official Instagram. It's really cute. And in streaming related news, actually really, really cool news, and it made it to the official Instagram story this week. The 1 billion stream plaques arrived for Who and Like Crazy on Spotify, so that you get the big plaque thing. So they arrived at the office, and it looked like the team took a couple pictures and posted them on the Instagram, which was lovely.
Yay!
Love it. Love it.
All right. It's time for
Tite.
it's time for this bitch.
Tite.
Kim Tae-hyung, V B. V has surpassed 4.4 billion with a B streams on Spotify across all credits.
Congrats, Tim.
Why?
Tiny
Way to
big
go, Tay. Way to go, Tay. That's amazing. And then in less serious but lovely news, according to the media outlet Technosports, Kim Tae-hyung has once again been named the most handsome man in the world for 2025. Don't worry, everyone. I know you are on the edge of your seats, wondering who's be at the top of techno sports lists for the most handsome man of 2025. But it's not the first time. Apparently, according to several random articles that I found, this list is highly anticipated every year. So, you know, who am I to have never heard of it before? But it's the coveted annual 10 most handsome men in the world list. And he beat out the likes of Brad Pitt and several of the Chris's in the world.
Several Chris's.
Including
Smorgasbord of Chris's.
Including perhaps Evans and some others. So congratulations, Kim Tae-hyung. This just in, Kim Seok-jin has lodged a formal protest.
I was going to say, how we don't have 7 of the 10 spots, I'll never get.
Kim's about to rap.
You know what? I mean,
but you know, we're happy anyway. Jin says, "I think not." But
yeah. Jin says, "Congratulations."
Yeah.
Easy.
Congratulations.
Okay, ease up.
Yeah.
Ease up.
And then Jungkookie.
Jungkookie.
Jungkookie. So this was really interesting news that I found today. So the Jungkook brand and logo has now officially been registered with the Korean Copyright Office, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, and the European Union Intellectual Property Office. And this all happened this week. So I feel like Jungkookie's gearing up to start maybe releasing some brand stuff, like having his own products when he gets out of the military, perhaps. We don't know, but I'm just saying, seems like some things are ramping up there. We know that he created some products for, like, when he was doing his promotions for Golden, like they created a perfume that they gave away and a few other things. So who knows? He might be looking to get into some product design if that's something that interests him. But his brand has been trademarked in several places now, so we shall see.
Well, he's been trademarked in the U.S. for like cosmetic products since that happened. So fun
but the
fact.
whole thing.
Yeah. Because, well, when you trademark, you have to like say it for a
specific
say, for what type of product it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, fun fact, if you notice on some of our merch, we don't use the Jungkook with a space. That's why.
Because that's his official stage name, and that's what's trademarked.
Yes, he's the only one whose name is actually trademarked.
Yeah. So but the whole thing, like the whole like brand over encompassing umbrella is now trademarked in several places. So who knows what that's entailing? We'll see. And then 7, who can forget that song? We know Katie never will. Extends the record.
She's still traumatized.
She's still traumatized. As the longest charting song by a K soloist on both Billboard Global 200, 81 weeks, and the Billboard Global, excluding the US, 82 weeks in history. So, way to go, Jungkook.
Yes.
Way to go. And then
That is
last
awesome.
but not least,
we got OT7. All right. 8 years ago today, we were graced with the Queen. Spring Day was released. Long may she reign.
long has she reigned, and long may
has she reigned. Bogoshipta. Yes.
that bitch is still charting.
So that song just is an example of just a perfectly written song. It really is. I mean, they have a lot of those, but Spring Day just really, really.
Yeah. It reminds me.
It's lasted longer than most marriages.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what? That's facts.
Yeah.
Reminds me of December of 2023. Remember when Army was so sad when the last 4 went into the military that they immediately charted Spring Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you're drunk at a bar, which I haven't been in about 47 years, but when you're drunk at a bar and you're like, play that song.
You're like, you just keep putting money in the jukebox and
quarters.
Okay, because to be
We're
honest,
all-
when it comes on my playlist of the car, sometimes I'm just like the first 3 seconds will play, and I'm like, nope, not today, skip.
Nope, can't do that right now.
We're all,
Yeah, I'm like, no,
we're all crying into our whiskey.
I can't face those feelings right now. There's a
Can't
few
do
songs
that.
that I'm like, mm.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
so really quickly, I think we're going to have to extend maybe by like 10 minutes or so
Yeah.
that we can cover
We have
our
to, yeah.
midweek tea. But really quickly, Katie, you just want to mention where our meetup stuff is?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Meetup.
So our meetup is happening in July, the 25th through the 27th. I believe it's the last weekend in July. It's in Kansas City. Please come hang out with us. You can get more information at the link that's pinned in the chat. We are around 90 people signed up, I think, and we have space for up to 150. So yeah, if your summer travel plans end up working out that this will work for you, come hang out with us. We are going to do some really cool stuff. Concert, pajama party concert, costume contest, run BTS games, crafting, hanging out. We're going to do the auction again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So learn more at the link. And Shells and I have been talking about, we're going to, at this point, we are sold out of single rooms. We only have double rooms available, so 2 people go in a room. We have a way in Discord for you to connect with someone if you want to find a roommate, but if you also just want to kind of put your information in and be like assigned a roommate, it's not binding, but if you want us to try to pair you with somebody, we can try to do that. So yeah, you would just submit your information and we would connect you with them and you can chat and decide if you want a room together. So that is something we have coming soon.
And we heard nothing but positive stories.
Yes,
out of the
Shells
last
paired people
roommate
last year.
situation from last year.
And apparently
Nothing
some of them
about
are now going to see Hobi's tour together. So
Yep.
Yeah.
So and it's
Um,
those are so cool. Those meetups are so cool. So anyway.
yep.
Okay. Do we want to get into the tea?
Yes, you guys go. I'll be right back.
So Stephanie suggested this as a topic, but it's one that we all care deeply about. You guys all know who Umi is, right? I assume if you're here, you probably know who Umi is. You probably you might have found out who she was through the song that she did with Taehyung at the end of 2023, Wherever You Are. It's a beautiful song, very lovely. He's been a fan of her music for years. He's been sharing her music on social media for literal years, probably since like 2018, something like that, 27, somewhere in there. He's been sharing her music for years. And she reached out to him. Well, they'd spoken, I think, once or twice maybe before, but not really, like just kind of like a hi, thanks for sharing my music, kind of a thing. But she finally got up the gumption, she said, to reach out to him and be like, hey, we should work together. And he said yes. And so they made that song and it was glorious. But I guess the week before last or something like that, you guys said she did a video where, and by the way, you guys, if you know this story, we're not really going to be going into the particulars and we're not interested in seeing the particulars about it in our comments either. We want to just kind of keep this vague and focus on the important part of the story and not the like little details of the he said, she said of it all.
She shed.
She shed.
The she shed. The she shed. He shed.
By the seashore. So if you could help us out with that and not put the details in the comments, that would be really
You can
great.
go look it up.
Yeah, you can go look it up.
Google is
But
free.
she did a video where she mentioned a song by another K-pop artist or something by another K-pop artist. And all of a sudden she found herself inundated with a bunch of K-pop fans who came in and tried to bring fan wars to her doorstep, basically. Things that different fandoms of different groups and long-standing rumors and things like that. They tried to bring it to her and make her a part of it, essentially. So I don't know if anybody has any other information to add to that. Or if that's
just the video, she just was, Are we talking about the video or the original one or the latest one?
Well, I'm talking about the one that I was just talking about, the one that brought people to her,
Okay.
and then we were gonna bring up her response.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I think the response is the important.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she did make a response video to that. And essentially, as I said in the agenda, her response was, I don't understand the question and I won't dignify it with a response.
Yeah.
She was very classy. Her reaction was so classy.
Very classy.
She's so sweet. It's ridiculous.
And because, you know, and I think that's the truth. I think, what was it you said? What was it she said? I don't look up the relationships or the personal details of people that I work with.
Yeah.
She said it's, for me, it's about the art.
Yeah.
Right.
It's about the collaboration and the sharing of, and cross culture and the art. I don't need to look up what somebody's personal life or their rumors have been on the internet.
Rumors. Yeah.
Yes. Rumors.
Yeah.
So
She called it
Fantasies.
an artistic relationship, and that
Yes.
if I have a relationship with somebody based on art and working in art together, I don't care, and I will not look up their personal life.
Yeah.
When deciding to do a collaboration with them or work with them artistically, because personal life has nothing to do with their art, is basically what she said. And I agree with her 1,000%. I think it was brilliant. And she left it with, I don't do that, and I will not do that.
Yes.
So I don't care. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't care about what you're talking about, and I refuse to even go look up what you're talking about.
Yeah. So basically, she was like, "Bye-bye."
Yeah.
It was classy.
Bye, bitch. But
Really.
yes,
She
classy.
said basically what all fans should be like, which is, I don't really give a shit about all that.
Yeah.
But she said it much nicer than that.
Yeah. And it was definitely things that people needed to hear because, I mean, we've said it here before and we're going to keep saying it. And we hope that you guys keep saying it when you see it in places. But fan wars are stupid. Literally, like the dumbest thing that you could be participating in on the internet is hating on somebody because they like a different group or they also like another group or anything like that, or anything like that.
Right.
So
it's interesting to me that there's no, I mean, I can't imagine, but to me, if before I typed that, the thing that I would be thinking of, hey, how is Tay going to react to seeing his friend
He's going to be mortified.
get attacked?
yeah,
I mean, come on.
yeah. There's no real there's no real logic because the stuff is on the internet for anyone to read. That includes members of BTS. That includes who you could be supposedly championing. God, I can't talk today. Championing, or trying to protect or whoever. Like the artists, they don't care about fan wars. They don't, like, literally.
They play their music on their lives and they share their, I mean.
Yeah.
I remember JK saying on one of his lives, listen to whoever you want to.
Right.
Fine. Cool.
As Jimin said in his little variety show when he was trying to pretend he was a cat owner, I mean, he's like, I'll bring him home. I'll bring you back. Yes. He's confident. He can bring him back if they leave. Go listen to who you want to.
Yeah.
It doesn't, and anybody there's room in our playlists for multiple artists if we want.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're just not, and fan wars, by the way, happen in all aspects. Like, it's not just a K-pop thing. I mean, we saw some of that as well this week.
Yeah.
Yes, true.
It surrounding a different artist. So it's like, it's still just as dumb and it happens everywhere.
It was I felt a little bit encouraged seeing that second round that I shared with you guys today about a major artist and their fandom. And I was like, okay, see, it's not just ARMY and it's not just in K-pop.
It was a US
it's
based
everywhere.
artist, not K-pop at all.
Yeah, there's idiots everywhere.
Yeah.
There's idiots everywhere.
Assholes everywhere.
And there's people that get literally paid to cause commotion because it results in clicks.
Yep.
And so that's once you really start to understand that, you're like, but how could somebody say that? You get upset because you like, how is this a human behind it? And it's like, number one, it might not even be a human. It could be a bot. And number two, it's somebody getting paid to deliberately sow division because that makes things blow up and go viral and then people get paid. So I mean,
negativity and division get a lot more clicks than positivity and equality and inclusion.
Which is why we should
not
give any of
that
that to
negative fighting kind of attitude is always going to gain more clicks. Because it riles people up, it makes them mad, and then they're like, "How dare you?" And then the minute they comment, they've increased the view, and it goes higher and higher and higher. And those people make a lot of money off of making you mad.
So go back and watch the live where Yoongi said, "You can type what you want, you can put your hate comments, you'll get sued. I won't read them, and we'll all live our lives."
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was such a Yoongi said that years ago. Because he knew, because BTS is unfortunately old hats when it comes to hate coming at them from the internet. And so
don't give that stuff the time of day, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't give it the time of day. I don't think any of you guys would participate in it, but just a gentle reminder that even like sharing it, giving it a like and a click is still participating in it and can possibly spread it to somebody else, and then they could run with it and participate in it. And so just better to ignore and or report if it needs to be reported and move on with your life. But speaking of legal fuckery, Katie, would you like to sample our next topic?
Yeah, so we talked around this last night, and we kind of chatted about whether we wanted to talk about it or not. And to be clear, the reason we're bringing it up is not as part of a fan war. The reason we're bringing it up and the reason that we find it interesting is, number one, because it involves Hybe, which is the company that BTS built and are part owners of, and their parent company of their label. Yeah. So it involves Hybe, but also it's incredibly relevant to the K-pop industry as a whole. So those of you who have been following along, there has been a dispute between the group New Jeans, which is it a 5 or a 6 member group? I'm sorry, don't quote me. 5. Okay, it's a 5-member girl group that debuted a few years ago. They were hugely successful under a label under Hybe. So they're not under the same label as BTS. They're under Adore. But they have the same parent company, and they were hugely successful. And then at some point last year, because they felt like things she was doing weren't appropriate, the manager of that label, or was she the CEO at the time?
CEO.
She was the CEO, and she was running all the creative for them and everything. They fired an executive from the label. And the artist was very unhappy about that because they'd been working with her for a long time. And it's just been a back and forth for probably 6-8 months at this point. It's been a while. So that's been going on for a while. And the latest was at the very end of last year. New Jeans, the artist, said, we're leaving, we're terminating our contract. This is no longer a valid contract. We've been mistreated. The label didn't protect us. We're done. And they've been off, and they've declared that they have a new name and they're going to find a new label. And meanwhile, Adore, their label they still have a contract with, is like, no, this is not a breakup you can do with one key. This is a 2-key breakup. And so what's been happening right now is that they finally filed a lawsuit in December, and this week the court dates have been scheduled. So for the past couple of months, it's just kind of been in limbo. So the court dates, or at least the initial court dates, it may drag on for a while, have been scheduled. Because right now, I think Adore is saying there needs to be an injunction. They need to be stopped from acting as artists outside of their contract with Adore. And it's interesting for the K-pop industry as a whole, because traditionally, new groups sign a 7-year contract. The idea being that a company invests in their training, invests in their launch, their debut and everything, and their albums, and then they are locked to that label for 7 years. And at that point, they can decide to leave or stay with the label. And what they're saying is, you breached the contract and we're not going to. And so the court's going to decide whether that's true or not.
Yeah, they're still well within their first contract.
Yeah, they're maybe 3 years into it.
Viewed in 2022 or something, I believe.
Yeah. So the penalty for them leaving, if the court decides that it was not valid, is that they either have to go back or they would have to reimburse the costs, which are astronomically high, or at least what's been released so far. So commentary. Right. That was the kind of my brief recap.
Yeah, no, that was a good brief recap, because those are just the facts. There's no opinion in any of that. But what it made us talk about, which we were remembering, that what the K-pop artists are going through in that particular industry. I don't know if the people that are in the live right now remember that back in 2007, Prince, the artist, was fighting with Warner Brothers over money and control of the music. And that was the first time I remember watching the news. And that was the first time I remember hearing, oh, this is an artist that is not happy with the way that his career and his music and his, that this whole situation has happened. And it was really the first time I remember hearing him say, listen, you might have heard my songs out there and they've been played on the radio a million times, but I don't get enough money from that happening. And here's why. And it was kind of like, whoa, peeling the curtain back on that industry. For those of us that had no idea, obviously we're not artists. And so I feel like this situation is sort of the K-pop version of that. And it has been happening. And then we also were reminded of other contract disputes. Like if you remember, NSYNC had the same thing. I read a little bit about One Direction had contract disputes. And so these all around the world, these artists slowly starting to get what they want out of their contracts and their labels. Yes. It's just interesting as a commentary on the music industry and how it, Prince went through this back in 2007 and now here it is 2025 and we have, artists that are trying to figure out contract disputes. So yeah,
I was going to say, I have a couple of thoughts on that. Number one, I remember learning many years ago that one of the reasons why artists, other than the fact they love their fans, they like to tour is because that's really the only place they get the opportunity to actually make money.
That's true.
Because they make so little money off their sales. And I just know from my experience. So for example, when HarperCollins published our book, everybody's like, oh, you're going to make so much money. Okay. So let's say a book sells for $19.99. Okay. The writer might get 67 cents per book of that. So an artist, it does. They're all, all things are like that. You get it. The artist actually gets, the person that does all the entertaining and does all the stuff gets such a small percent of it that's why they do all these other things.
Yeah.
Concert tour, all these different things, because that's where they actually make their money. Even though they still have to pay staff and tour, people touring with them and all that, but that's where they finally get the opportunity to actually make some money. Yeah. And so when they can't tour, like BTS wasn't able to those couple of times, and I don't know specifically K-pop, but and I know we bitch about concert ticket sales and all that and stuff, but that's really where they get the bigger percentage for their work is when they do live stuff and different things like that.
Now, to be clear, the examples that we have talked about for other artists, this is not what is applying in this situation.
No. We were just bringing that up as this is
not us saying that we think that they're not getting paid enough. That's not what what they're disputing.
No. We are simply using it as there have been examples of labels and companies and artists feuding.
Having friction.
That's it. That's all we're saying.
It's taught us a lot about how the industry works in different
industry
countries.
works.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And just as a general rule too, we hope that any dispute creates better working conditions for the artists
and at least better communication
and more communication between them and their companies. Like you want your struggles to make it better for the next person coming around, don't you? That's what you hope. Yeah. But by the way, I need to correct myself. I said 2007 Prince had his Warner when fighting with Warner Brothers. That was 1993.
It was earlier than that. I was thinking to myself, I was like,
the 2007 was when he was fighting with fan sites over the use of his image. So that was much later. So it was 1993 that Prince was disputing with Warner Brothers. So I correct myself.
My earliest memories of Prince were he was already calling himself the artist formerly known as Prince.
Right.
It was quite the little dig he did there.
Right.
You remember?
But it also goes to show they do this. You could be one of the biggest artists. You could be one of the biggest artists in the world, and depending upon the contract that you signed when you were not, it doesn't change. I mean, it's, it's your good luck,
I mean,
somebody mentioned TLC in the comments, and I remember distinctly what you're talking about, Dee, how
Right.
they made so much money. They had to file bankruptcy, and that was after their Crazy Sexy Cool album came out and blew up, and they were everywhere, and they won all these awards, and they had to file for bankruptcy because of their record contract. They had no money.
Yeah. Yeah.
right.
And somebody mentioned George Michael.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff.
Even inside of the K-pop community, BTS themselves went through a period of time where their contract was so unfavorable that they were like, you know what, we're just going to be done. But they renegotiated that contract early, remember? Like they really set quite a precedence in that added action as well that said, you know what, we've blown up, we've gotten really popular, and honestly, we don't want to wait to the end of the 7 years, so we would like to renegotiate these terms early.
This is not working for us.
Right. But that's that's an adult way of communicating with your company where you say, hey, this isn't working for us. We don't like it. Renegotiate terms, and it turned out for the best for everybody. But they really did set quite the precedence even inside of their own genre on a good way to go about some of these disputes that happen.
And I think we've seen a lot of artists in the last 5 or so years in the K-pop industry starting to stand up more for themselves in regards to I don't feel like I'm being treated well at this label, and so I'm going to leave it. We've seen a lot of members of groups leave as solo artists and go to different labels. Their group might still be under the label, but that's a whole different, that does fall under what we're talking about with the dispute we brought up with Adore and New Jeans. Some of it, like they can't, as we said, Katie mentioned that they had created a new name because they can't use their old one because it's under contract. And so
it's going to be really interesting to see the information. I did read a long article that quoted multiple Korean attorneys as saying they did not think that New Jeans in this case had a strong chance. But it'll be really interesting to see the evidence they've presented so far of mistreatment has been.
Yes. And we're not saying that anyone one way or the other is in the wrong on this account, because it's similar to other things, but it is very different.
Yeah. The court will find the truth. We and the K-pop industry are all paying attention because it's going to be a really big deal. And especially because in K-pop, maybe more so than in other countries, people start training so young and they sign these contracts so young.
And they are all still very young.
Yes.
Yeah, that and the fact that if you're an artist, I'm just going to go ahead and guess that your passion, your drive, the thing that you know the most about is the creativity part of it. And then all of a sudden you're having to make business decisions that have lasting implications on your career. That's a whole nother different area of expertise.
Yep.
And so if you're lucky enough to find some trusted advisors that know what they're talking about to help you guide you through that, but how many people have that? You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's
trustworthy being the key word.
Yeah, exactly. So that's got to be really tough, really tough. And I mean, Stephanie, you're a writer, but you don't have a business degree. So when you were getting involved in all of that, it was kind of like a mix of probably you learning that stuff on your own, plus anything.
Well, you have to trust your manager. You have to hope your manager will actually do what's best for you. But the other thing is that I think that the part that goes missing, like I was saying about being new or being whatever it is, you're so excited to even get the opportunity. Sure. You know what I mean? That you're willing to do whatever to get the chance, right? And you don't realize that if this actually takes off, how much, it's just a very interesting, like I said, it's in everything. That's what business is. But it's usually the creative one. And we're seeing this in, a major play thing going throughout in the movie industry right now. The people can get totally effed over very easily because everybody, if they see potential, everybody wants a piece of your pie suddenly. And it's a fight to keep what you can of the little creation that you made, you know?
Yeah. And they'll throw those numbers at you, but if you don't do the math real quick,
Yeah.
then you realize that 20% of something is different if you sell, 5 million versus 500 million.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Well, and also, are you being given a piece of the gross or the net? Because those
Right.
numbers, some of them can be manipulated to where you make negative dollars.
Right.
Yeah.
Or if they say, hey, you're going to get this big chunk of money, but then, let's say, we're going to put you on a book tour, we're going to put you on a music tour or whatever, and you're going to get this chunk of money. And then you got to read the really small print to say, oh, you got to pay for your airfare out of that, your hair, makeup, your this, your that, all the different things, all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, because it's not going to come from them. And it just comes slowly. And you get,
I imagine sometimes I try to just think what the cost is to put 7 BTS members on tour around the world for 6 or 7 months. I wonder.
Pauline, I want to point out, I did say that the dispute we mentioned with New Jeans, I did say it has nothing to do with the other artists that we are talking about.
Yeah.
So we are just literally discussing other instances where artists had issues with their labels.
Yeah.
But they do not have, it's not the same issue. We know that.
Yeah.
So thank you
As far
for
as I
reminding
know-
me to say it again.
As far as we know, their dispute is about alleged mistreatment and management.
yeah.
Having to do with a very specific
Yes,
person. that they
management
want
by a
to
specific
work with.
person. All right, we should probably start landing the plane.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Just a quick reminder, our blog week 58 is out, The Beat of Destiny, our second week of Hoseok, talking about one Jung Hoseok. You can check that out on our website, and then come and hang out with us in our Discord and join our events tab. And you can go to all of our watch parties, including the weekly content watch party, which I host every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, and we go over the blog each week. But we got lots of other ones going on too, so check them out and join us. If you haven't joined our Discord yet, you can check it out at the link in the pin that's pinned in the comments, and you'll see how to join us that way. Anyone else? Christine?
Christina.
Oh, shoot. God dang. Sorry. That's my bad.
Kind of softball
All right.
over here.
Yeah, I know. All right. So for those that want or are interested in voting, streaming, and charting information for BTS, we have a channel in our Discord where we discuss the current goals and we share those around. We share playlists, other good stuff. And then I take all that information and I stick it all together in a summary on the webpage for us. And so, yeah, join the Discord to keep up on that. A lot of times all those streaming, charting, voting stuff is all over social media, all over the place. And so that channel in the Discord is our way to just sort of summarize all of that in one easy to read spot. So yeah, join us for that if that's your thing.
Yeah. And so we mentioned at the beginning that this is our midweek tea live. We also go live every Sunday, and on Sundays we go into what we call our deep dive. So we choose a topic and we go more in depth on that topic, whereas Wednesdays is member news and week tea. So join us on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for the Sunday deep dive right here on YouTube. So come and join us there, and we're going to have lots of fun now that we're in February.
All things Jungkook.
Thank you guys
Thank
so
you
much.
guys.
All right. Yeah.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
sticking around extra time.
We love you all.
Love you.
Have a great night. See you next
Bye.
time.